Chatting. Remedy Live. We chat, we listen, we love.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We got a special little moment here called Paige's Page. If you're new, we do Haley's Highlight, Paige's Page.
Paige's Page. Yep.
We do so.
Well, and the reason why we do stuff like that is because, yes, we are here to have fun. We are here to joke around. But actually, what we truly want our mission to be is to actually help people, particularly teens, because we know the world is tough out there. And we know that it is nice to occasionally have some words of wisdom and affirmation. And so we do want to offer that for you. And that's why we do offer things like the confessional and the Remedy Soulmex. I make up words all the time. It's pretty
Abbreviating.
Yeah.
I like it.
Maybe that's what I was doing,
She's just
right?
abbreviating.
I am, like totes.
Totes deaf.
Anyways, today during my session of Paige's Page, I would love to talk about sex.
Ooh.
We just gained 15 viewers.
Yeah.
Sex. I know it's a powerful word, isn't it? Well, it is actually a powerful behavior as well. And the reason why I want to talk about it is because when we do see things about sex, it's usually in the media. It's usually very casual. It usually has no relationship. It's not very intimate at all. It's just one of those things that's kind of almost dirty. I mean, we kind of see it as that thing where you need to be random with strangers. I mean, it's just really all over the place. Is that truly what sex should be? Absolutely not. The world has distorted it. And what I think that most people aren't aware of is the biochemistry that goes into sexual behavior. I'm even telling my kids this now, and my kids are very young, but you have to start on this foundation of physical touch is bonding. And that's why I think we've talked about before with newborns, they have to be physically touched because that connection is God designed, and it actually releases chemical in our brains to make us feel connected, to make us feel good. It promotes healing, it promotes connection, intimacy, it promotes all of those things. So it's a very important aspect of relationships. Well, with anything intimate, sexually, we are connecting with that other individual. And this starts even with holding hands. When you make that connection with a boyfriend, for instance, even with you holding hands with them, you are now bonding yourself with that individual. That intimate touch creates endorphins in your brain. Endorphins, if you know anything about that, is the feel-good drugs. It kind of makes you high, it makes you excited, it makes your heart race a little bit. All of that happens just in physically touching your partner. Now, when it escalates to other things like kissing and other methods of stimulation, you are increasing the amount of endorphins that are flowing through your body. This further bonds you with this person. So the world tries to make you think you can have casual relationships, casual intimacy. I'm here to tell you that physically, biochemistry-wise, you cannot. God did not create it to be casual. So when you have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, any type of intimate relationship, be aware that even in holding hands, you are forever bonding with that person. Sex is supposed to be used as an increase in intimacy in a relationship. It should be taken seriously. It should be valued, and it should be pure. And the world continues to distort that. But I'm here to tell you that it is fun and it is amazing, but within the appropriate context. So if you've ever gone through a breakup, if you've ever walked away from a relationship where you've had experiences intimacy-wise, you remember your heart is ripped in two. And the reason why, again, is because you are literally bonded with that individual. And so I know we think when we're in relationships, when we're young, we're going to be together forever, we're going to get married, we're going to have kids, we're planning our future together. That's not always the case. You have to be very, very careful about who you give your heart to. And that includes the other things, the intimacy as well. And be aware too that if they're not willing to wait, if they're not willing to discipline themselves, to hold back from that experience, then what else are they not willing to discipline themselves on? maybe even treating you appropriately. Maybe they're so selfish that all they want is to get their own gratification. These are things that we need to be aware of in these relationships that too often we forget because we're getting that emotional high that comes with any type of intimacy, even just communication. So I'm here to tell you that sex is awesome. It is great. It should be celebrated. It is created by God, but within a certain context. So next time that you are holding hands with your boyfriend or girlfriend, kissing or anything beyond that, know that you are forever bonding yourself with that person. And we don't know what the future has. And so you may not be with them forever. Most likely not. Statistics show that high school relationships don't usually last. So just be aware that it does actually have consequences, and it does make a difference.
It's so true. I dated a boy in college, actually, and we didn't date extremely long, and all we did was hold hands. We never kissed or anything. Like, we hugged and we held hands, and that was it. But when we did break up, like, it was heartbreaking, even though we were still really good friends.
Exactly.
And we were both like, you know what, this is right. We both know this isn't going anywhere. We're not going to get married in the future. So we broke up, and it was totally okay. We were both fine with that. I still went home and bawled my eyes out, and I didn't know why. I was like, this is fine, but I was still crying so hard. And it was just because that bond was there. I was like, I felt like I was losing something, even though I knew I'd still see him every day. It wouldn't be awkward. Like, I knew that. But that bond was still there.
Yeah.
And just from holding hands and giving a hug once in a while. So,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, do be careful.
And even if you're the one who breaks up with somebody, you still, I mean, I've broken up with people before, and I've been so, like, down and upset, even if I'm the one who wanted to break up. Like, I've never been in a long relationship, but I don't know, even whenever you make that decision, it's still hard because you did bond in that way.
And you know, again, that bond is something that God's made as well. We are seeking to bond with someone else. I mean, we just look at the creation story of Adam and Eve. We are created to be with someone else. That is God's design. So we are craving that, but it just happens too soon these days. We see too many people too quickly at a young age bond with somebody else that's not supposed to be bonded with. And so it's not that the desire is wrong. The desire is not wrong. The sexual desire, the bonding desire, none of that is wrong. It's just we have to be aware of the context, and we have to be smart about it. And we need our parents to step up and give us these talks and keep us accountable. We need the youth leaders to step up and tell us these things, because I think too often we avoid this topic of sex because it's uncomfortable for parents. It's uncomfortable for us to talk about it. But it shouldn't be, because it is something that is glorious. It is something that should be celebrated. But, you know, it's not always presented that way. So guys, if you have any questions or if you need to talk to anybody about this stuff, please text Remedy 313131 or talk on the confessional, talk on the live chat. We would love to talk to you about this stuff, because we come at it from a different angle than the media does, from the worldview. We come at it from the angle that God designed it for. And that's the key there, is that God's going to bless it because God's designed it this way. So please, again, if you have any questions or want someone to talk to, text Remedy to 313131.
All right, we'll be right back.